Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart, can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me, never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
What's up and welcome back, motherfuckers. This is the Pressure Podcast, everybody. The Saturday night edition, Fight Night edition. Let's get it.
Give me a hell yeah!
We just finished watching the Jake Paul fight and the Charles Oliveira fight. It was a duo fight night, UFC and boxing. The Jake Paul fight hasn't finished yet, but it never started, to be honest with you. It's not much of a fight. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who's the son and once a promising prospect of the greatest, probably arguably the greatest Mexican fighter of all time and one of the greatest fighters of all time, Julio Cesar Chavez. He's a disgrace. He was getting booed off the arena. He wasn't throwing any shots. Another easy win for Jake Paul. Another hand-picked bum in front of Jake.
A no good loser like you bum!
The problem child still stays undefeated. And Charles Oliveira got knocked out in the first round by the champion, who's currently undefeated. I think Charles Oliveira's time is done. His better years and his prime has left him, and he was a Brazilian legend. He's always going to go down as a Brazilian legend. He went undefeated for a good long run, but his time has ended. And the champions has arrived. So, without further ado, we are live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Coke.
LeBron. Finish him!
This is Rated M for Millennials. It is Savage Saturday, as we mentioned, UFC and boxing fight night. It's also, we're going to talk, this is the beginning of a dynasty in OKC, and the NFL countdown begins. As we are slaughtered, it is 68 days left to the QFL season. That close, yet that far.
Fatality.
26 tick training camp though. That right there just that get me pumped, boy, ready to go. As soon as training camp start, I'm on that shit. I don't care what preseason, it don't matter. I'm still on that shit.
I stopped caring about training camp at the preseason just because not because it doesn't matter. It does matter.
It matters to them.
But when you have a team that is well built and has a very good roster, arguably the best roster in the league, you're not really looking for the fourth and fifth stringers, what you have, because you know you got depth already. You're just trying to fast forward through the regular season like I wanted to do last year and get straight to the fucking playoffs. Now, if you're one of the fans of the Carolina Panthers, for example, the Chicago Bears, even the Washington Commanders, teams that look like they're on the come up, I can understand why it's that important.
And I can understand the fan bases that just want to watch their team.
But also, I don't want to jinx it. The last time I watched my team religiously during the preseason and training camp, let's run it down again. We lost both our running backs before the season began for the rest of the year. Then we lost our left tackle in the second game of the season.
So did the Chargers.
We lost our cornerback. We lost our safety. We lost our defensive tackle and our defensive end. And before you know it, eventually we lost the quarterback too. But before that happened, before the quarterback, he was the last one to go, I'll have you know that Lamar had us 8-3, number one in the AFC, even though we lost all of that shit.
But I also think just fans in general just want to see, you know what I'm saying, just that environment, you know, for the first time. They haven't seen it in such a long time. They want to get back into, you know, the swing of shit. So they get to see their, you know, team come out, even if it's not in pads. It don't fucking matter. They just want to see them out there. I don't know. As a fan, I just like watching I like watching everything, honestly.
Fuck watching everything. That's what I say. Fuck
What the
watching.
fuck?
I only want to watch what matters, and what matters is the playoffs. And when you know you're gonna make the playoffs and you know you're gonna be there, you just want to go all the way back there. When you know that it's a day of reckoning, hell is coming.
Well, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, but you only practice when you get there. You can't practice playoff situations until you're actually in the playoff in a situation. That's my point. I have playoff aspirations, so I don't have to worry about the other shit that all the other teams do. And like I said, last time I did it, it felt like it wasn't.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying like you know what I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just telling you why I don't watch it.
Yeah, your opinion. Yeah, I got you.
No, it's not my opinion. This is a fact. When I watched the last time, all these motherfuckers were lost for the rest of the year.
No, I know. I'm saying like, not everybody feels that way about it. You know what I'm saying? There's other people who just want.
Yeah, because they don't have a full roster already. We had a full roster before the draft and the free agency.
No, but I don't think it has anything to do with full roster or anything like that.
No, it absolutely does.
It's just my fandom.
No, it absolutely does, because the main reason why you're there is not to see if Justin Jefferson is still the best receiver in the league. You're watching to see what else who's new.
Not so much that. It has more to do with just seeing the players. I don't know. I like it. It's a fandom thing. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Well, the way he sees it, it's just been so long since he last saw his football team that he's
Pretty
been,
much.
you know what I'm saying, that it's like a breath of fresh air. Fuck all that shit to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I am still mad at my team. It's not a breath of fresh air to me. Hell no, it pisses me off the fact that I got to see my team and they don't have a ring yet. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Finish him.
But let's talk some QFL right here. I asked you to give me, leading up to the countdown of the QFL, the top 5 QFL rosters.
Are we starting exactly by what you told me first?
Rosters.
Okay, let's do it. Let's run them down. I got the Ravens. Ravens have great safety tandem. Might be one of the best secondaries this year in the league.
Hold on, let me clarify. When I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the viewers. When we say the top 5 QFL rosters, I'm not looking at the guys who have the most Pro Bowlers. I'm not looking at the guys who has the most rings. I'm not looking at the guys who has the most Hall of Famers. I'm talking about who has the most complete roster in the QFL right now. Go ahead.
So I said the Ravens, because offensively, defensively, they're juggernauts. They do it every year. Every year they have depth on both sides of the ball, and they give themselves a chance. All you can do is give yourself a chance. You're not always gonna win. Give yourself a chance by adding depth to your squad and having those top players on the top of that roster. So then we move on to the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions did well in the draft. I think they have a tough schedule, but we ain't talking about that right now. We're just talking about how good their offense and I think their defense will be, because they're gonna get Aiden Hutchinson back, and hopefully, it's without any quirks or anything like that. So moving on, I got the Eagles. I mean, come on, that's self-explanatory. The Bills, I put the Bills there. I think they have one of the best running backs in the league. I think they have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Their kicker's solid. I think they're good on all 3 phases. They gave Kansas City hell in that game. So they gave themselves. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I look at these rosters, I see teams that give you a chance to win a championship. And then I put the Chiefs in there just because Andy Reid don't let them not be solid.
No, that's a good top 5. I actually have the same 4 except for the Lions. I have the Eagles, who are a complete team, special teams, offense, and defense. If you look at the offense line, offensive backfield, the quarterback, the tight ends, the wide receivers, running backs, Then you look at the deep line, then the defensive backs, and then the safeties, and then also the middle linebackers and outside linebackers.
Talk that shit.
Then you're looking at the special teams and field goal kicker, and all these teams have that in common. The Ravens have no weaknesses there. The Chiefs have no weaknesses there, and the Bills have no weaknesses there. The only weakness people said the Bills had was wide receivers, but as it turned out, some of these wide receivers are actually not that bad. It's just that they were rookies, so we didn't know much about them. Didn't mean that they were bad, just that we didn't know. And
That's another exciting thing that we're gonna be able to see. Even though we don't want the Bills to do well. Keon Coleman is coming into his second year. We'll see what he looks like.
yeah.
That would be.
I can't say the same thing about the Detroit Lions because I don't trust their corners and
Secondary.
safeties.
Yeah, I question myself on that, but when I think of other rosters, I don't think there's a better roster that can contend for a
That's
championship.
the problem I'm having with
the
right
Lions.
now. I have 3 teams in mind that I think are in the same area code, per se. 49ers, but not really.
I was looking at them too, but I don't know.
Then I looked at Denver, but not really.
Isn't IU coming off an ACL tear?
Fuck Ayuk.
They don't have nobody like really wide receiver wise.
And then
Kittle's
I'm looking at
States hurt too.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but not really.
I was looking at them too, but I just
So by default, I guess you could put the Lions there, but I wouldn't choose to put the Lions there. It's just that I honestly don't know who's more complete, Tampa or Detroit. 49ers or Detroit.
and I wanted to put Minnesota there because I think they have a great core. Period. But the question mark is a quarterback. Even though I think the quarterback's gonna be good, I can't assume that he's gonna be, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
great his first year. So will they contend? Hell, I think so. They have a solid roster, up and down. Wide receivers, corners, one of the best defenses last year in the league. The quarterback is the only thing that I really question there. If he can,
That's a big question because it's the QFL.
exactly.
So by default, I guess you could put the Lions there. I let the blank just because I don't know
Damn,
who
no.
that actually
You
fits
know
that
what?
stands out.
Take the Lions out. I take that back. Jared Goff is a question mark.
I don't think he's a question mark. I think they just didn't have their defensive
Bro,
injuries.
Jared Goff was
was
bad.
just too much for him to
That
overcome.
game against Washington, he was bad.
He was, but so was the defense. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
it's not like he had much of a chance. If he had a bad day, they were losing, and he had a good day, there was a chance.
I
that they
mean,
could
but
win.
is it the defense though, or is it McDaniel? Is it Daniels?
Green Daniels.
Daniels from Washington.
No, because Daniels didn't do all that against you guys.
Yeah, but I mean, but their defense isn't nothing like ours.
Don't have to be.
I think a lot of that has to do with Jaden Daniels, but that's just me on that one.
You could say that, but like I said, he didn't do all that against some of the other teams, and they don't have as good as defense as the Eagles.
Okay, so any other team that you might? Is there any other team other than those 3 teams that you said that are like on the brink?
That's why I said
Nothing
not
else.
really.
You can't think
Not
of
really.
anything else, right? I couldn't think of anything else either.
I mean, they did score 31 points.
I almost fixed my face to say the Giants, but quarterback is the biggest question mark there.
I mean, they did score 31 points, so Goff did do good against. You know what I'm saying? 31 should be enough for the Lions. They usually don't need to score 40 to win.
Yeah, but didn't he have 2 turnovers in that game?
He did have 2 turnovers. He did.
And
I'm not saying he didn't play good.
They were bad.
I'm not saying he played great. I'm just saying, bro, he did still put up 31 points, and it wasn't enough to win. You know what I mean? So
31 should be enough. You're right.
in the playoffs, hell yeah. At home,
If you're trying to be one of those top echelon teams, then 31 should be.
if you can't stop a rookie from scoring more than 31 points, then what are you gonna do against Mahomes? You know what I'm saying? So please.
Or Lamar,
Or anybody, or
Josh
Jalen Hurts,
Allen.
or any of these motherfuckers.
Jalen
You know
Hurts.
what I'm saying? Joe Burrow.
Even Joe Burrow.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas will fucking run it up on you, bro. And they ain't gonna fucking hold no fucking bar on it. It's gonna be completely uncensored. They're gonna go for the kill. Do not mistake it.
And any given Sunday, Joe Flacco might show up.
Now, Joe Flacco's a killer.
And put a nigga on.
Joe Flacco's a killer. Okay.
He is. I ain't gonna lie.
He's already made his fucking
He's
name.
edged. He's edged in stone.
He's already made his name. You know, even a fucking Aaron Rodgers will do it to you. Old and broken Aaron Rodgers could show up on that day that you don't want him to show up.
Is that Nick Foles?
You know what I'm saying? Nick Foles will do it. Fuck. The fuck? Shit.
Nick Foles coming?
Don't let Baker Mayfield come in there. Baker Mayfield will run it up on you. Man, don't sleep on Baker.
Ooh.
Don't sleep on Baker.
Shout out Baker.
Even the Herb will fucking run it up on you.
Ooh. That would be tough. If you let that nigga come in
a regular season game. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, in a big game, in a primetime game, just a regular season game. The sunlight is out, yeah. But when it's nighttime, I don't trust the Herb.
Hell no.
I don't care if it's regular season or playoffs or preseason. If it's nighttime outside, it's prime time usually. That means he's gonna suck. He's gonna be below himself's average, and you're gonna be very disappointed on him. Trevor Lawrence, I hope he turns it around because he's actually a guy who has the tools.
But his stats weren't even deceiving. I don't understand what everybody's talking about. He had 20 touchdowns.
Who, Herbert?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they ran the ball a lot more this year, and I think they expect to do this year with the running back they got from NC.
Yeah.
So,
but 20 touchdowns is unacceptable. That's really bad. I think Hurts had more touchdowns.
It's unacceptable in that one division by itself. Imagine the entire league. Fuck the conference where Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar exist. You're in your own division. You got a guy you played twice who's a 3-time champion, and you over here tossing 20 touchdowns.
Finish him.
He's over here throwing the ball behind his back. Mahomes is over here throwing the ball behind his back.
Mahomes does 20 in 5 games, Negro. Mahomes does 20 in 5 games. By week 6, you look, he's already at 30 touchdowns. That's what Mahomes and Andy Reid does. I've never disrespected Mahomes. I've always said he's just a little overrated. The man plays very, very poorly. Come Super Bowl time, I don't want to hear it. And, you know what I'm saying, a lot too much is given to him and not given to Andy Reid. That's all I ever said.
Yeah, he's really not that good.
That's all I ever said. I said that with Andy Reid there, it helps a lot more than without Andy Reid. I promise you. If he didn't have Andy Reid, he would not have the career he's had thus far. Andy Reid definitely helps.
Do you think this year, though, he'll have more touchdowns? I think he will. If those guys stay healthy. If those wide receivers stay healthy.
I don't care. I just want him in the playoffs. Healthy. That's all I care. And I definitely think he's going to have a better offensive year than last year. Yes. But who knows? Maybe they're going to lollygag like they did last year and wait to the playoffs.
I wouldn't say lollygag either. I would just say, like, because of the injuries. I think the injuries also. Like
of course it did. Of course it did. But you saw our injuries, and Lamar still had his 8-3. You saw his injuries; they were still 15-1 or something like that. What was it?
You right.
You know what I'm saying? So
no excuses.
They're gonna continue chucking, broski.
No excuses.
Trust me, you could pray for injuries. That ain't enough. That ain't enough. The only guy you have to pray for injury for is Pat Mahomes, and that's fucked up.
I just hope that going in that the Eagles don't try to switch up their offense.
No, they
like just this is perfect. Like you ain't gotta switch nothing. There's nothing that has to be switched here. This ball goes mainly to Saquon Barkley, and we run the ball. But why
would you think that? Why would you even think that?
Because the year after we lost Shane Steichen, we went to airing the ball out more, and Jalen Hurts had one of his worst years throwing the football.
And he's gone again?
Huh?
And what, you got him back now he's gone again?
Oh, we got a new offensive coordinator, yep. So I just don't need them to switch anything. I mean, yeah, you could put little
it ain't Kellen Moore
little nuances on it. Huh?
Kellen Moore?
Nah, it's not Moore anymore. He's a head coach now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Shout out to him. He finally got what he been wanting. Let's see if he's a good coach or not. We'll find out.
Who's he coach for?
Isn't it the Saints?
They all look alike.
Is it the Saints?
I think so. Because it definitely ain't the Titans. It definitely ain't the New York Trash. Who else got a new coach? Las Vegas.
I'm telling you, a team that people are gonna have to watch out for are the Giants. The Giants. I don't think the Giants gonna be that bad this year, as long as that quarterback shows up.
I think that quarterback's ass.
If he's ass, then they're fucked.
In my view, it's guilty until proven innocent. Okay? I ain't see shit from him in college to think that he's a pro quarterback, so he's gonna have to prove it. Had I seen it in college like Joe Burrow, then I'll be leaving you alone. I'll be like, nah, this man is a real deal. But since I ain't seen shit from this motherfucker, I'm not gonna assault him into that.
We are correct, sir. The Saints.
The Saints. But nah, I gotta see what that quarterback does first. Dart. Let's see if he actually throws darts out there.
Hey, let me tell you something right now. For a name like that, you better.
Hey, you played 2 times against...
Sorry, buddy. Nobody ever told your mom to put that in your name.
He plays 2 times against the league's primary team, I guess. Premier team and premier secondary, I guess, right now. Because the Ravens have the premier secondary on paper, but in reality, it's the Eagles. And that's 2 times a year that you got to face some Dart. So
I don't know about that one, though.
Yes, I do.
They lost Gardner.
I don't give a fuck about Gardner. It's like saying we lost Brandon Stevens. Fuck out of here.
Finish him.
Fuck out of here.
Damn, Gardner's not that bad in secondary.
I thought he was worse than Brandon Stevens. Brandon Stevens was actually very good for tackling and everything. He just fucks up that one time a game.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't see too many of those mistakes from Gardner.
No, but I saw a lot of missed tackles. I can't put up with that. One in a minute mistake is way better than a few missed tackles.
I'm not saying I don't think it was a bad move. I'm just I gotta see what the hell are they gonna move Cooper DeJean to safety, or are we just? I think they should just keep him where he was. I think why not? I mean, shit, that shit was perfect for him.
I think you got a better corner from the draft, and fuck him. That's all I gotta say.
You talking about Makuba?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Makuba's.
So fuck him. And I don't know what the hell you're worried about. It's not like they have 3 receivers you got to worry about. You only got to worry about 1. And if a quarterback can throw to him.
This is true. This is true.
A rookie quarterback, might I add. A rookie quarterback who we don't know can get the ball to him on the regular.
And we just stomped.
Not to mention,
we just stomped
you have
Mahomes.
one of the best defenses in the league.
We just stomped Mahomes. So I can only imagine
he ain't gonna know what to dissect there in front of his eyes. When he walks into the Lincoln Financial Field for the first time,
what that's gonna be like.
He sees the Eagle logos and the crazy fans he's heard of that don't like you, and you're around there seeing a defensive pattern you've never seen before, and right before you snap, the defensive changes their formation, and you don't know what the hell you see again. And you've got to make a quick throw because there's 2 motherfuckers from Georgia coming.
So we both agree that that we don't believe too much in Dart. But what about Sanders? I think Sanders. I think he has potential. I don't know.
Shiloh?
I don't know if he's gonna show it.
Shiloh Sanders? Fuck
know
him.
who the fuck I'm talking about, bro.
Nigga.
Shador
don't play secondary. And he definitely don't play for the Eagles.
No. I'm just saying. Out of the quarterbacks that got drafted, we think Shador got a little more talent than him, right?
Shador's gonna be fucked. Pause. He's never seen T.J. Watt in his entire life.
Damn, that's true.
And he's never seen Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton yet.
Oh well, then that goes right into segue here.
He better off faking an injury and letting Joe Flacco take a turn on against us, because he ain't ready for these problems. He ain't ready for Mike Tomlin. He ain't ready for John Harbaugh.
That is true. He's not ready for that.
And he ain't ready for the animals that play for these guys on defense. Just like Dart, he doesn't know that the University of Georgia is coming 2 times a week in Philadelphia fucking Eagle uniforms. The entire line of the University of Georgia that won the championship is coming for you, Dart. The entire line. The backups.
The
red shirts.
You got Nakobe Dean.
The red shirts, all of them. The entire University of Georgia
Oh,
D-line
not to mention
in Eagle uniforms are coming for you 2 times a year.
So okay, I think it's okay. So it's Jalen Carter, it's Nolan Smith. That's on the D line. That's the nose tackle Jordan Davis. You have Nakobe Dean, who's a linebacker. You have another linebacker in small Molden. You have Keely Ringo, who's gonna be the cornerback. Yo, how crazy would it have been if we would have got Malachi Starks?
Nope.
They was like, nah, nigga, y'all got enough Georgia Bulldogs. You trying to build a fucking...
And we didn't let that happen. We made sure he's wearing a Raven uniform.
Hey, that was smart. That was so smart. Because I guarantee, had you not got him, we would have ended up with him. I guarantee it. That's what would happen, bro.
All I know is Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, get fucking ready. Herb, Rodgers, I'm gonna love it. Big pause.
What other? I wonder if we have any more Georgia Bulldogs there.
And if we face you, Tua, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna have the Bible right here next to me, and holy water.
Did you see who they drafted?
Who? Miami? Nah.
I'll give you a guess. He played for my team in college.
Oh, the white quarterback dude.
The mullet.
Goddamn white boy.
Yup.
Fuck him.
Quinn Ewers.
He sucks. And the guy from Ohio State too. He got drafted. He sucks. He's trash.
Stetson Bennett. Bennett, is that his name?
Yeah, he got drafted. I forgot where, but he's ass.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
He's ass.
He's really small though. Like
Kyler Murray small.
Smaller.
Damn.
I think he's smaller,
He's
bro.
Johnny Manziel.
Huh?
He's Johnny Football.
Yeah.
Yup.
He's like that small.
As long as he don't drink and do drugs. But he didn't look like Johnny Football in college, so I don't give a fuck. Johnny Football was 20,000 times better than this motherfucker was.
Johnny Manziel was one of the best quarterbacks we ever saw
Bro,
in college football, bro.
He was better than.
I love. That's what made me watch college football.
He was better than. Bro, he was better than Tom Brady, Peyton Manning,
I'm lying.
Archie Manning,
Vince Young is the reason why I started watching.
Tim
college
Tebow, Vince Young, Lamar, Patrick, all the motherfuckers that had great seasons in college. He was better than that. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, facts.
That is crazy.
Facts.
What the fuck?
And those guys won high.
But as pro, hell no. No, he was worse than Jamarcus Russell, and that's a shame.
Yeah, Vince Young at least had a career.
Fuck Vince Young. Fuck
Okay, come on, man. Come on, man.
Fuck Vince Young. He shit to me anyway.
What the fuck?
I don't give a fuck about Vince Young. Who the hell is he? He was just like
He's a national championship. Put some
pop in the
respect
fizzle.
on it.
He just
Hey,
fizzled away.
it's better than what that nigga Jamarcus Russell did.
Way better. That's a bona fide bum right there. That's bum of the century still. And he didn't even play the
It's
century.
never gonna go. It's never gonna go away. He didn't even get to play.
He's a bona fide bum. That's in football. That's the bum. In basketball,
Hey,
it's Kwame Brown.
somebody's following me, but I don't think I think the positionings are different. And I was gonna say AR,
They are.
the Colts quarterback.
Oh
Anthony
no,
Richardson.
A Rich.
I said he might be following the footsteps of Jamarcus Russell, but
Ain't
Jamarcus
rich.
Russell was the number 1 pick in the draft.
Ain't rich. Ain't
God.
rich is
Gotta
so,
burn.
He's so ass. The Colts wasted a draft pick on that bum.
Niggas
right
thought
there.
Ryan Leaf was bad. Till they got Jamarcus.
Ryan Leaf was pretty bad,
Yeah, but
especially when you put him next to Peyton Manning.
he wasn't worse than Jamarcus. I don't think so.
No, but that's pretty crazy to try to do anyway.
Either way, those two are just like those are the
Even
biggest.
Tim Tebow
busts.
had a glory in the NFL.
Facts.
Even Butt Fumble Sanchez has glory in the NFL.
Luck.
Fuck Andrew Luck, pussy, softy. You're the reason that the Colts couldn't keep Peyton Manning for the rest of his career. It's because of you. And what did you do? You slap him in the face after 10 years and call it a day. The fuck is wrong with you? You took somebody else's spot, somebody else who was black spot. That's what you did. Someone that could have gotten there who deserved it. You were born rich, motherfucker. I hate that shit. Nah, I'm just messing. Completely messing. I can't blame that man. He's going through what Joe Burrow's going through right goddamn now. Of course, I would have retired 8 years ago. Nigga, fuck out of here. I would have called it quits after 2.
Stop that, Sam, nigga. Stop that.
When you was saying that shit, I was like, this nigga serious?
Hell nah. The fuck? He had every right to get out of there. The hell, this nigga's on to build me an O-line.
Not only did they not build him a whole line, the nigga kept getting hurt because, hello, he's trying to do everything on his fucking own.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew Luck. He did what he could, man. Fuck that.
That's how I feel about Luke Kuechly. He's one of the best linebackers ever in the NFL. And I don't care that he didn't play all those years that all these other ones played. It don't matter. You can see his greatness from day one. Luke Kuechly was fucking dog.
Luke Kuechly is a dog. He's one of the best linebackers I've ever seen in my life. To be honest with you, you know me, I pride myself in linebackers. I played middle linebacker in high school.
Oh God, his reads. What? You can't teach moving like that at that height. That shit's crazy.
So let's get to the next topic, okay? Let's get to the
Top 5 QBs.
Yes, top 5 QBs. Yeah, I think that's pretty simple because
Yeah, it is. It is. I got Pat, Lamar, Josh, Jalen, and Joe Burrow in that order.
Yep, as you see in the FBI board, the made men in the QFL, you got Pat, you got Lamar, you got Hurts, you got Burrow, and you got Josh Allen in there, and then you got Jaden Daniels in the mix. Okay, this is no ranking order except for the boss and the underboss.
They ain't getting up there.
I think
CJ better fucking figure it out.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna take him off yet, but you better
Yes.
figure it out.
and literally we always had it as a top 5 quarterbacks. I don't have the quarterback Super Saiyan anymore. I got the Super Saiyans of the N3A, but I don't have the Super Saiyans of the QFL. I'm gonna have to make one.
Yeah, we need to make one of those.
So there are 5 Super Saiyans in this league, maybe 6. No, there's 6. There's 6. There's no maybe about it. Jalen Daniels is a Super Saiyan. He's just the trunks at the whole thing. He just showed up one day. He's already a Super Saiyan. How the fuck? But you have where it's at, but Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Hurts, and Allen are the consensus-based top 5 quarterbacks. Some people say Jalen Daniels over Jalen Hurts. You could say that, but he's only had 1 year. Jalen Hurts been doing this a while now. Stop it. Jalen Hurts
Not new to this.
he's already been into 2 Super Bowls. Stop it. Jalen Hurts is already a Super Bowl champion. Stop it. Jalen Hurts wins 70% and 78% of his games, just like Lamar. Stop it. Okay? Jalen Hurts won 10 times in the NFL twice. Lamar and Mahomes have done that exact thing too.
Those guys are fucking amazing.
Josh Allen did it for the first time just last year. Stop it. Okay? Just stop it.
where my man's over here says that this might be the best quarterback era that we've ever seen.
Yeah, because we haven't
He's
got
not-
to C.J. Stroud or
He's
Jordan
not
Love and all the
fucking
other
lying,
guys. So,
bro.
yeah.
It's gonna be one of those.
So then, that was easy, but this is a little bit difficult. Who's the top 5 non-QBs to you?
So I put no particular order. Jefferson, Justin Jefferson for those.
Stop that, Sam, nigga.
Roquan Smith at PS2. Patrick Surtain, he fucking dog. Miles Jarrett, and I put Jalen Carter in there.
So I have Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase in here. I
was
got
gonna
Miles
put Chase.
Garrett, and then I got Saquon and Derrick Henry.
See right here.
Yeah.
That was Chase, but I switched it because I was like, I was getting more defensive.
I know,
as well.
but I can't say that nobody else other than Miles is better on defense.
But you're right, Chase is a fucking.
Than Chase and Justin
dog,
Jefferson and
boy.
Saquon and Henry are at offense.
Yeah, Pat, yeah,
It's impossible what these guys do.
Yeah, for real.
It's literally impossible.
It really is, bro.
But these guys are not normal. None of this shit's normal.
They
So,
asked. I don't remember who they asked. If who's better, Jefferson or Chase? And the more I think about it, I'm like, I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. Like, I want to say Jefferson is a better route runner, and that's probably what separates him from Chase. But Chase, he just got a natural ability to get open, and he's super fast. It's not like it's natural speed with him.
Well, let's get to the back to the N3A before we close off.
Yes, sir.
They've been talking OKC dynasty debate. Is it to be or is it not to be? In the age of parity, does the OKC break this mold? Because it's been 7 different champions in 7 seasons. You have Toronto in 19. You got the Lakers in the COVID year. Milwaukee after that. Golden State, Denver, Boston, OKC now. Thunder.
I feel like people really say when they say, I get why people thought Boston could repeat, but then I understand why they say it's so difficult to repeat because it really,
nigga.
it really is. And I don't know. I feel like this is in the making, and this is way too premature to be talking about because they haven't even got through the season healthy, like to even talk about them in the playoffs to see if they make a run to winning a championship. So I just feel like it's just too premature for this. If I had to predict, I don't think so because, well, not saying they wouldn't be a dynasty, just I don't think they'll go back to back type shit. I think it's a possibility they win like another ring or so.
How many? I say 2 max.
Yeah, I say probably.
Unless they keep hitting on the drafts, I honestly don't see constructed what they see now to build something that strong.
Because also they gotta pay all these niggas, and it's gonna happen just like it happened in Boston,
Yes, but you
where
don't see
you can't keep too many people, so it doesn't. It's
you
almost hard.
You don't see a trajectory where Homo Green becomes what
Nah.
everybody thought.
I don't.
You can see it coming with Jalen Williams, but
Yeah.
you could also see it being inconsistent. And assuming that they want to keep those guys, what if they find somebody else out there? Shit's gonna happen, and even if they were able to maneuver around, key pieces gonna be lost in this dynasty here. And as you alluded, they said the same thing about Boston a few years ago. I mean, not a few years, just last year. Because they're young, they have young nucleus rather, and they have a lot of nice pieces, and they felt like, oh, these guys are gonna repeat.
And
felt
I
like they were
bought
gonna
into
repeat.
the hype.
I didn't just buy into the hype. It's just it was true though. If these guys were healthy,
They would be.
who's
yeah.
to say they weren't gonna repeat?
Yeah. Exactly. You're right.
You know
But
what I'm saying? It was just a lot of shit happening, and that's part of the reason why dynasties are very, very rare because there's no guarantee you're gonna be healthy next year.
Exactly.
These guys are the youngest NBA champions of all time, and even then, there's no guarantee that they're going to be healthy next year. Not because of age, not because of discipline, not because of anything else. That because you played the longest season, your party ended the last. So when everybody else comes back from vacation or off season to report back to training, it's only been maybe a month and a half for you because everybody else had 3 months, 4 months,
So basically,
2 months.
You were training during your vacation.
You've had the shortest off season, so it's why a lot of people get hurt a lot, and it's why it had nothing to do with discipline or the diet or work, how much not they work out, or youth or experience or age. It's just things that happen when you put your body to that much stress, that pressure gets to you. And some people are lucky, like Michael Jordan, barely ever missed any games. Kobe Bryant, same thing, barely ever missed any games. Steph Curry looked like he was going to be a guy who misses a lot of games, and then he ended up not missing that many games. He won't ever play 80 games a season, but he's good for 60, 70 consistently. That's all you could ask for. Very rarely he missed more than that. LeBron lately, but he's also good for 70, 80 games, usually 70.
How about this? This is probably the first time I've ever seen him like really hurt in the playoffs, too. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, yeah, but he only missed a few games in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
important games, I'll give you that. But it was only a few games. It's not like he missed a whole month or 2 months or anything like that. He never nothing like that usually nowadays, and that's a good thing about it.
Yeah, I fucking think so.
These guys are very, very fortunate, you know what I'm saying? And some guys are not. Some guys will be gone for the whole year, 2 years sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
LeBron's a fucking anomaly.
You know, so not everybody gets to compete at a high level for championships, win or lose a lot, and then stay healthy. It just doesn't happen very often. So there's a lot of things that tie into it. But another thing that I saw that I've noticed is that I think the cap for what an NBA star, superstar, megastar could win in his era, because let's just say it's Bill Russell and Jordan are the last ones to win 6. Okay. Then Kobe and Duncan win 5. Then Kobe and Curry win 4. Now everybody's just winning 1. It's just a dynasty is just very, very, very unlikely. I mean, you alluded to it. It's a little too early to say, to speculate, but if we had to speculate right now, very unlikely. I give it a 2 out of 10 happening, and that's being nice. I'd say 1.5.
I say they win another one, but not back to back.
No. Well, that's it for tonight, y'all. We're gonna come back on Monday, and on Monday we're probably gonna take a hiatus for a little bit. Probably wait till after the summer league to come back.
Yeah, talk about that.
There ain't really much sports happening right now. I wish there was a FIFA year, otherwise we would stay on. But expect a little hiatus. We'll keep you entertained. I'm gonna start breaking down reels with the time off, and then party at this time of July. We'll get back right before the preseason. Talk some fantasy football and whatnot. But we will be back on Monday. We'll be back on Monday just to throw a few curveballs and things to look forward to before we sign out for a little bit. But appreciate all the viewers. Appreciate y'all coming through. We will see you Monday night. This is the Pressure Podcast, where viewer has say. We will send you a link if you have a webcam, so we can put you on a little screen back there. Hop on the mic and talk your shit.
Finish him!
Pressure means to perform, react, and do user strategies of sports under rigorous environments, motherfucker.
Give me a hell yeah!
Subscribe and leave comments. We want to hear your takes.